Hey everybody. Today I'd like to switch gears a little bit and talk about projects or opportunities as we like to call them in TTS. So getting away from data files and importing data, let's get into the meat of the system. So projects basically is a way to organize your jobs, big or small. Um, Real benefits of them is you can add action items. You can add as many files as you want to these projects, and as well as link quotations and contacts and companies. So it definitely will help you organize a particular job or project and make it run a little more efficiently. So I will see you in TTS to go over projects. All right, so under the Projects tab or Opportunities tab, we have four different sections: Create Project, Project Reports, Project Search by Name, and Project View. What we're looking at now is a project view, but let's actually create a project to go through the steps involved in that. So on the Create Project tab, we're just going to give it a name. So I'm going to create one called Demo. I'm up to 7. You can assign a manager. It defaults to the current login. City for this, my hometown. Status, there's a lot of different statuses, and these, again, on the company tab, which a lot of people do not have access to, there is a couple of sections, status and type. So if we go under here real quick, company data, we'll notice down at the bottom we have project type and project status. The administrator of the system can be notified, and if you need to add a different type or status. So moving back to projects, did not save it. So guess what? I'm gonna have to start over again. Again, most of this data is not required, but the more information you have in there, the better you can find it later. So our status, we'll keep it bidding. It's a commercial. We can add a description. We can add notes also. And then you can see once we go into project view, you can add additional notes. So if I don't have any notes currently, we can just leave it alone at that point. We do have a create date and a bid date. If you have a specific bid date, you add that there. And this section here is going to assign particular customers to this project. So based on the type of customer, architecture, engineer, general contractor, other, you can assign different customers to this particular project. So I'm going to use Steve's Drawer, and other, by the way, is going to be pretty much your direct customer, so everybody else that doesn't fall into this category. And at this point, I have everything I need, so I'm going to hit Create Project. And that's it. What it does now, it brings us to the new screen, which is the last section in this tab, Project View. And on Project View, you'll notice you have a couple more options on the left. You can assign an action item, and we went over action items in another video. We can go back to the report. We can create a PDF. Let's say you just want a hard copy of what's on this screen here. We can create a PDF of that, and we can also delete the project and save it as we continue to add new items. So the top is what we originally added. Notes, we have additional notes that we can add. So if I had an additional note I wanted to do, I just click on Add Notes, and it puts a new note in there. All right, so down at the bottom is actually where the real benefit of projects comes in. This is where you can assign different companies, contacts, quotations, as well as many project files as you want on here. So if I drop this down, I did pick Steve's Drawer and Steve's Wire from Yonkers and San Diego as my companies. Right, you drop down contacts. We don't have any contacts in there, but now when I click edit, it will show me all the contacts related to those two companies. So I'm going to add these first two, save selection. So now these are, again, it's just listing them in here. So anybody that looks at this project or opportunity, we'll see all the information that's about this particular job. You know, what companies are involved, what contacts that I need to talk to, and quotations. So from here, we could either create a quotation. So if I click create, it'll bring us to the quotation screen. Or if I hit attach, if I have an existing quotation, so let's hit attach, it brings us up to a very familiar screen. We can do search. So I know I have a couple called demo. Click on that. So if I want to associate demo 6, I just double click on that. What it does is it brings it to the project quotation and assigns it to here. So now I have a direct link to that quotation without having to search for it and you know, figure out or talk to somebody, you know, what quote is associated with this particular project. Okay. And then files, again, PDFs, Word documents, Excel documents, anything that relates to this project can be assigned here. And then when I'm finished, since I did make changes, I want to click save. Okay. And that's it. We basically have created a project and updated it with companies, contacts, and quotations. So moving down the line, we have project reports, and that's just as it says. If we want to run a report on what projects are currently in a particular status, for instance, like if I wanted to see all the ones that were bidding, ones that have been completed, ones from specific create dates, so I can put a date range in here. A project value, I didn't add a value to my particular project, but you can add a value to that and search for all projects that are greater than $100,000, for instance. And then you click on create report and it'll give you a report on all that information. So let's see all the completed projects just to get an idea of the report. So again, it's going to give you an on-screen display. And if I need to look at this particular project, I just double click and it brings me to the project review. If I go back to report, goes back to this report. I can also dump this out to Excel if I need to show this to somebody else or have a hard copy or an offline copy. So moving on, project search. And again, another way to search, type in my demo. And this is a wildcard search. It'll get everything that has the word demo in it. And again, I can go right to demo by double clicking on it. And then it brings us back to that project view. So the last thing I want to look at here is if I go back to project view, we have a blank project. You can search up at the top. And one thing to note down here is view project status. So if I drop this down, you notice you have different statuses. So if I only wanted to see the completed projects when I type in the search, I would leave that. So if I do demo, it'll only show me demo 2, right? Because demo 2 has been completed. If I wanted to see all, but not including any that were completed, these are ongoing projects. Notice that I have 4, 5, and 7 listed in there. So another way to filter and view projects and go into the projects. Okay. So when we go over quotations, I'm not going to look at it now, but you will also notice that a quotation that is assigned to a project will have a link on the left that'll allow you to bring you right to that project as well. So you'll see this, project review or project view in a couple of different areas of the system that lets you get here easily. So, and again, action items, as we discussed, we can assign a particular project to somebody, let them know that the project has been started, and they'll be able to easily access that project. So anybody can view these. They just log in and go to search, and they'll see all their projects. So again, thanks for watching, and any questions, I actually got a review on one of my videos as a question, which was great. So I got to answer that as a comment versus a video. So another way to ask questions is to go to the comments section in our YouTube channel. So, but thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.